construction stuff. I was just thinking the floorboards of this, I've never been all the way up here in this little section, but it seems a little bit on the, could they thicken it up a little bit? You can see through the cracks back there and everything. And in a way, people have wondered if some, you know, builds are a little bit more, you know, flimsy, cheaper material, all that stuff. And are they made to come down? Should there be a dare in the dark side of the world where a game is played, like a deadly game? Like, oh, floorboards fell through, you know, on the rail park near Chinatown. You know, 2 people are dead as they plummeted to the cement street below from, you know, 4 stories up, or however, you know, 3-4 stories up. You know, and however many feet that is, that'll do it, you know. So just food for thought, I guess. You know, not everyone, or not every community or group has enough money to do the perfect job, I guess. I don't know how it works. You have to stay up to code, but would people sort of, you know, fudge it on code? Like, we know this will be good enough, and, you know, as soon as, you know, you notice, someone will notice when it's getting a little something and they'll fix it, you know. It's better to be safe than sorry, but I don't know monetarily how many people can actually afford that all the time. And look at the building in Myanmar. Of course, it was under construction, I think, but in general, how sturdy can they make everything in Bangkok, Myanmar, all that down there, Thailand. Anyway, and back to what I said in the earlier video, a guy named Mark Passio, already, he's like 6 days into sacrifice season, and boom, we already have a major catastrophe. Of course, it looks like nature, you know, 7.7 earthquake, but how many mistakes could have been avoided? I don't know. I mean, you can't predict earthquakes, but how much money do people in Thailand? It's one of the poorest, I think Myanmar or similar is one of the poorest you know, locations. Countries in China or attached to China, or however, I have to look at my geography again. I know they're in the southern part, like a tip in the south, I believe, so of the China-ish area. It's kind of a huge, you know, landmass plus islands and stuff like that, I think, in the south. There's Vietnam and all that. I have to look again. I'm not really good with that particular section of the world. Geography wise, I can just picture, I know it's down there, yeah. There's a movie, something Pacific, but I'm not sure, for some reason it's coming up, but the old commercial, I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair, or I'm gonna wash that gray right out of my hair. So I guess wash that gray right out of my hair is inspired by wash that man right out of my hair, or similar. And I think it's from that Pacific movie. It's age old, like a 50s, goes way back, you know, movie. Look at it. To work in this building here to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left. I could joke to the right because it's it's broad and noble. So anyway, but to the left, I worked there. The company I worked for, North American Publishing Company, was housed there, next to this freight car thing here. Broad and Noble is new, B/N. Water tower, so that's new to the right. This is all fixed up. When I was here in the early 2000s, it was still run down. There was no rail park, just streets, you know, Callowhill, all that. station over here, Dodge Charger. Oops, I felt a little dizzy here. It used to be the Inquirer building for the Philadelphia Inquirer, right across the street from where I worked in the past for North American Publishing. So I was in this brown building here, and the Inquirer used to be over there. Then in 2021-ish, they moved over precincts 6 and 9. Also, 322 on North Broad is Skull and Crossbones, and based on Mark Passio's numbers, he was implying that the season of sacrifice began on March 22nd, which is 322. It happens to be a birthday of a niece of mine, but 322 is Skull and Crossbones, a Yale Brotherhood fraternity club.